inserted between B and A to read as move a motion for the bill to be read a second time. And Honorable Speaker, on the same line, after that paragraph, the second paragraph, Honorable Abdoulaye Cissé, member for All Yundum. Thank you.
Members, let's take it one by one. The first one is at the invitation of the Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Chairperson of the Subsidiary Legislation Committee moved a motion for the bill to be read. That read is missing a second time. Have you got that? Then the next, that's where we have problems. Honorable Abdoulaye Cissé, member for All Yundum, seconded the motion and moved a motion that the debate on the bill be deferred. Am I right? And it be referred. What about be deferred and referred to? Because you are still talking about the bill, it. Why it again, it again, it again? Hello? Huh? And that the bill be referred, it be referred is no more, and that the bill be referred. And that be deferred and so the bill be deferred, and then you come again with the bill be deferred, the same. So why? But then it could mean. Sorry. Honorable members, what I'm trying to get at is, after on the bill, on the debate on the bill be deferred, and that the bill be deferred. Huh? Yeah, because if you look at it, let's look at it one by one. You see, the first one is referring. It's not referring to the bill. It's referring to is the debate which is deferred. The first one. It's not the bill. It's the debate that is deferred. Now we are referring the bill to the committal to the committee. So we must separate the two. That's why there is necessity for us to talk about the bill being deferred. Do you follow, honorable members? Yeah. So, and moved a motion that the debate on the bill be deferred and the bill be referred to the Assembly Business Committee for committal. And the bill be referred. Thank you very much. Any more on page 7 rather? Yes?
Honorable Speaker, page 7, paragraph 1, at the invitation of the Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Chairperson of the Subsidiary Legislation Committee, Honorable Yaya Sanyang, I believe the mover of the bill name should be captured as the chairperson.
Honorable members, comments? Honorable members, but we don't usually name members' names except when you are a nominated member. Members are referred to by their consequences. And if you look at page 6 also, at the invitation of the Honorable Speaker, the chairperson of the committee was not named. Usually name names except when you are a nominated member. Honorable members, we now move to page 8. Thank you very much. Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the record of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Thursday, 11th July 2024, be approved with amendments. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Clerk, may we proceed?
Bills. Order 72, consideration stage of the Women Amendment Bill 2024 by Honorable Admiral Mijiba, member for Fonyi Councillor.
Thank you. Honorable members, you will recall that after the second reading stage, the bill automatically stood referred to the ABC committee. Therefore, the bill is appointed today for the consideration stage in accordance with Order 72. During the consideration stage, members shall have the opportunity to give detailed consideration and scrutiny to every clause and schedule in the bill. This stage also provides the first opportunity for amendments to the bill to be debated and voted on. I will now therefore resolve the Assembly into the Committee of the Whole Assembly to give consideration to the bill, that is the Women Amendment Bill 2024. Honorable members, the Assembly now resolves into the Committee of the Whole Assembly. Honorable members, the Assembly will now go into the Committee of the Whole Assembly to consider the Women Amendment Bill 2024, clause by clause. We will be guided by Order 72 of the Standing Orders during the consideration stage. Honorable members, we all have copies of the Women Amendment Bill. We go into it clause by clause. Honorable members, as I said, honorable members, please, those at the gallery, please, you can lend us your ears. As I said, honorable members, every member has a copy of the Women's Amendment Bill 2024, and we are looking through it clause by clause. Of course, beginning with clause 1. Clerk.
Clause 1, subtitle.
It is proposed that clause 1, subtitle, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no.
No.
I just called for a split vote. You myself, I cannot determine.
You are not very clear.
Honorable members, you know, my problem is I'm trying to determine which side has the louder voice. And it looks like you are, can I put it again? And this one, I want your voices. And I hope I'll be able to make a determination. Those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those not in favor, please say no. No! The noes have it. Honorable members, there is call for a division. Honorable members, when you raise your tag up, raise it up until it is counted. Don't put your
tags halfway, and then you blame people for not counting. When we say raise your tag, raise your tag. So, honorable members, those in favor of the clause to stand part of the bill, please raise your tags. Honorable members, those against, please raise your tags. Honorable members, those abstaining, please raise your tags if you are abstentions. No one is sitting on the fence. You put it. Honorable members, the results. Those in favor, 20. Those not in favor, the noes, 32. Abstention, 0. So the noes have it. Thank you. Honorable members, clause 1, as proposed, does not stand part of the bill.
Clause 2, amendment of cap 3301.
It is proposed that clause 2, amendment of cap 33.01, stand part of the bill. Somebody? Honorable member for Woolley. 30? Where is 32? Yeah. Honorable, the one you submitted, I think, is 32A. We are now on clause 2. That is on clause 3. Pardon?
Honorable Chair.
Yeah.
Honorable Chair.
Yes, please. Lord Salu.
Yes, I think the report was adopted by the whole plenary. If there is going to be a procedures, because it's already committed to the committee of the committee, the co-chair should take us through if there is any amendment. If there is no amendments, so then we can proceed.
Honorable Chair.
Honorable members, the chairperson of the joint committee, the co-chairperson, should lead us in the deliberations. He can come in, ask for the report, make any clarifications, statements, or whatever.
Honorable Chair.
Honorable Chair, observation.
Yes, Honorable co-chairperson of the joint committee, yeah. Honorable members, but I also believe that there were no proposals for any proposed amendment to the clauses. On the no proposals, there were none. Honorable Chairperson of the committee.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I was looking at this from a technical point of view. If you look at the bill, our recommendations are very clear that the Parliament outright rejects. That is our position, with no amendment. And if you look at the subtitle of the bill already, clause 1, I'm speaking from a technical point of view, whereas the subtitle is not voted, it means we should not even proceed further. There is nothing to consider anymore. The bill is dead and it is dead.
Honorable members, I think technically he is right, but we want to exhaust the whole process. You know, let's exhaust the whole process. To be very clear on the position Parliament may take on the bill, we go and exhaust all the positions. Honorable members, it is proposed. Chair. Give honorable member for Lower Fuladu. Are you saying something?
Because a bill without a title, technically this bill is over. So we need to go into another activity.
If that is so, then rule it out when we go through the process. But the Parliament has a process. Let's go through the process. My position is being reinforced by the legal team that even if we go up to clause 4, this last one, members can make proposals for us to go back on clause 1 and then do something against it. So we should be understanding the decision. So we should go clause by clause and take our decisions on each clause. It is proposed that clause 2, amendment of cap 33.01, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. No. The noes have it. There is call for division, it means we must count. Yes. So, honorable members, those in favor, as usual, you raise your tags. Those not in favor, please raise your tags. Honorable members, don't interrupt each other. Allow people to express their opinions freely. Honorable members, those abstentions, please raise your hand. Any abstention? Zero. Honorable members, the results on clause 2. Those in favor, 19. Those against, noes, 34. Abstentions, 0. So the noes have it. It means clause 2 does not stand part of the bill as proposed.
Clause 3, amendment of section 32A.
Have the honorable. Well, honorable member for Woolly, can we have your, you are making some proposals?
Yes, well, it looks like this. But anyway, the proposal I want to make is that in the report, one of the number 9 recommendation is that to clearly ban any attempt to medicalize practice of FGM. C. Honorable Chair, during our engagement with the doctors, medical doctors, they told us there is type 4. Type 4 is when the genitals outgrow, become big, and that's a medical anomaly. So if you say blanketly that it's totally banned, you cannot do it in any hospital, it means that even those people are not taken care of. So I'm suggesting that we insert that those with that medical condition can have medical treatment, because it's a medical condition. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, can I clarify?
Member for Nyanija.
Yeah, thank you very much. And thank you very much, Honorable Member for Woolly East. What we are dealing with here, it's completely different from that submission from the medical practitioners. That is a medical term, advice based on medical reasons. And if that happens, the procedure in the medical practitioners on their professions will do the needful, period. It has nothing to do with this.
And in fact, honorable members, yeah, he has withdrawn. Okay. So, honorable members,
if it is
honorable, but you know the honorable member himself heard what I repeated. If I said, oh, he has withdrawn, and he's of the opinion that he has not withdrawn, you don't need to speak on his behalf. I don't like people interrupting me. Please, no, honorable members, I have told you several times. What I observe is those people who will want to take the floor most times are the people who don't want others to take the floor. So allow people express their opinion, and you reserve the right to disagree with them. Respect people for their opinions and disagree. Anybody who wants to disagree, we will give you the floor. And members will finally decide. Please. Woolly, can we hear you?
Yes, thank you, Honorable Chair. I heard what the Chair is saying, but that is not capturing what I am saying. Because what I'm saying is that if you put it in law that medicalized FGM is banned totally, it means that even if you have that medical problem with your genitals, you cannot go and have this operation.
Honorable, what is clear is that is not a law.
Because there was no law which talked about that.
Yeah, but there is not. What I'm saying is, you were talking about the report. The report is not a law. So what we are trying to do now is, if the report is only guiding us, but what is being sought is either those amendments or not, or no amendments. That's what is being sought.
Chair, what I'm saying is that even in the parent law, even in the Parent Act, which we are talking now, there is nothing like medical, this issue that I'm raising is not captured in that one.
Now you can make proposals for
I'm making a proposal that we insert that one in the Act.
that will come at a different time. This one, they are already set proposals as to the amendment. We have debated it. It went to the whole it went to the joint committee. It's now before us. What we will do now is to look at those provisions and make a determination. Members are still free, as was on the honorable member for Kansala, to come out with any proposed amendment and table it before the parliament, before the assembly at any time. Yeah, please. Kiang?
Honorable Speaker, the proposed amendment is not fitting for this practice, what we're doing now. You either allow it or not allow it. So let him maintain his position and we maintain our position.
Thank you very much. So, Honorable, who is shouting?
Councillor.
Councillor?
Yes. Thank you. My bill is very clear. 32A.
No, Honorable, we are not.
No, I wanted to help the.
No, we are not looking for clarity.
No,
Honorable, we are not looking for clarity.
No, it's important so that we can make progress.
All right, what do you want to say?
Yeah, thank you. My bill is very clear. What I'm just working is the liberalization of the choice of people. That is, if all the 32A is deleted and the 32B is deleted, everybody has the leverage right to perform his or culture or religion. That's my proposal. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, honorable members, we proceed.
Honorable Chair, just one more clarification before you move, please.
Who is talking?
Yes, I really understand the position my able colleague from Wuli is coming from. You know, in medicine, a medical condition that deal with anomalies, already the medical practitioners, they have their code of conduct and they have their existing laws. There are already existing legislation covering all that. Anything that you have problem with your body in anywhere, they can perform any practice or procedure on you and it will be definitely legal. So what we are bringing here is completely different from those things. I understand your position and I appreciate it, but I think it's not this.
I think I have made a determination on this particular one. Honorable members have at any time a right to bring any proposed amendment to any legislation here. If members agree, if they don't, there is no time frame. Can we now proceed, please, on the issue? We are not. I'm not entertaining debate or clarity or anything. Please, clerk.
Clause 3, amendment of section 32A.
It is proposed that clause 3, amendment of section 32A, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. No. The noes have it. Honorable. Yes. No. No. Honorable. Honorable. You see, I wish you come and sit at my place. And when that happens, you will be worse than any other speaker. You see, you are discussing. You are discussing. Minority, I think get your key whip and let him be defeated.
Honorable Chair.
He's the key whip.
Honorable Chair.
Yes, division. Now we will count. Honorable, that is clause 3. Those in favor for clause 3 to stand part of the bill, please raise your tax. Those in favor. Honorable members, those not in favor, please raise your tax.
Honorable members, those abstaining, abstentions, raise your tags.
Abstaining.
Abstentions? No abstentions. Huh? Hey. Honorable members, the vote for clause 3. Those in favor, 19. Those against, noes, 33. 3. Honorable members, please. Honorable, it's not good that you say this. What about if the noes had said no, it's not 19? No, it is counted by independent people. My friend, people can stay back. The same thing applied. If you want that, let them raise their tax. They counted those they have seen. Honorable members, the results are no, the ayes have 19, the noes have 33, and there are no abstentions. Yeah. The noes have it. Chair. So it means clause 3, amendment of section 32A, Chair, as proposed, does not stand part of the bill. Yes, Chair. Somebody is shouting.
Yes, member for
Sabak Sanjal.
Yes, Chair. I think we have a counting issue here. Because if you look at in the chamber today, we have only 4 members that are not present. So obviously the figures that are given does not match with the number that is in-house today. So I think we have a counting issue here. And I think for the purpose of record keeping, it is very important you allow the clerk to recount again. So
Honorable,
the number.
You see, members are not forced to raise their tax. A member can decide to not participate. So what we are saying is, I have said it at the beginning. If you are voting yes, when it is time, raise your tax up. If you are voting no, when it's time, raise your tax up. At the end of the day, the independent people will count, and the result is what we go by. We cannot say that minority or majority has not voted, they must vote. You cannot do that.
On track, what happened is that you can only count abstain when the person raises or attack up for abstain. But if you don't raise, it will not be counted as abstain.
Yes, Honorable.
Well, Honorable Chair, I think the issue is about the member. He voted, and then he voted, and he was not counted. That's what we are talking about. I said,
how do you know that he was not counted?
Well, he can clarify.
How would you know that he was not counted?
I saw him.
Listen, Honorable, I think we have to be fair. Honorable members, I'm not giving floor, please. Honorable, you see, Honorable majority, you will put us into a dilemma, because anytime we do it, it will say count, and we will continue to be counting the whole day. Let's not create precedents, please. Honorable members, we are gone for clause 3. Can we continue?
Clause 4, amendment of section 32B.
Honorable members, it is proposed that clause 4, amendment of section 32B, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those not in favor, please say no. No. Those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those against, please say no. No.
The last chance, honorable members, the last chance. And honorable members, use your voice. Honorable members, no dialogue, use your voice. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. No. The noes have it. Division, according to my minority leader. Now, honorable members, once again, please don't raise your tag this way and you expect them to say everything. When you are raising your tag, raise it up. Those in favor, please raise your tags up. Members, those against, please raise your tags up. You've got it. Honorable members, those abstentions, please raise your tags. Abstentions? Honorable members, the results for clause 4. Those in favor, the ayes, 19. Those against, the noes, 34. Abstentions, 0. So the noes have it. It means the clause as proposed does not stand part of the bill. So, honorable members, the consideration stage is now completed. The assembly will now resume.
Honorable members, the House now resumes. Honorable members, following the Committee of the Whole Assembly, there seems to be some circumstances that may need my ruling now. And honorable members, that's the ruling. Honorable members, Order 7219 of the Standing Orders provide that at the completion of the consideration stage, the bill shall stand referred to the Assembly Business Committee for scheduling of third reading. However, this bill has been considered at the Committee of the Whole Assembly without its clauses standing part of the bill. Honorable members, under the circumstance where the Assembly has never witnessed a scenario of an entire bill negatived at consideration stage, I will invoke Order 8.1 of the Standing Orders, which states that in all cases where matters are not expressly provided for by these standing orders, any questions on procedure or order shall be decided by the Honorable Speaker. To rule that the Women Amendment Bill 2024, having gone through the consideration stage with all the clauses voted down, is hereby deemed rejected and negative. This ruling is appropriate as the Assembly cannot be engaged in such a futile exercise as to allow the bill to proceed to third reading without its clauses. Order 7220 of the Standing Orders requires that when a bill has been amended at consideration stage, the whole text of the bill, together with a revised memorandum of objects and reasons as amended, shall, if practicable, be printed. But if this is not practicable, the text of every clause or schedule amended and every new clause or new schedule added shall be printed, published, and circulated to members in advance of the final stage. Honorable members, this is practically impossible, as the bill is now without clauses, which is fundamental for it to be read third time and passed. In accordance with Order 8.1 of the Standing Orders, I so rule that the bill is rejected and the legislative process exhausted. I thank you. Honorable members, those in the gallery, please, if you are going out, please go out quietly, please. Honorable members, I think we can proceed. Huh? Those in the gallery, please, as you go out, be quiet, please. Please. I'll call you by your name or your position if I see you talking, and we will have to resort to send you out. Please. Honorable members, we can now proceed. Clerk, may we proceed?
Bills. Order 66, second reading of the National Security Council Bill 2024 by the Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice.
Honorable members, you will recall that the first reading of the National Security Council Bill 2024 was done on Monday, 24 June 2024, and today is appointed for the second reading in accordance with Standing Orders 66-2. Therefore, pursuant to Order 67 of the Standing Orders, I now invite the Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice to move a motion for the second reading of the bill entitled National Security Council Bill 2024. Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the bill entitled National Security Council Bill 2022 be read the second time. Honorable Speaker, this bill seeks to promote the effective and efficient coordination of the security of the Gambia as a critically important factor for security sector reform. It also seeks to position the Gambia strategically in its geopolitical path for her best security and development interests as articulated in the National Development Plan. Prior to 2017, the national security structure in the Gambia lacked formal mechanisms for security sector institutions to collaborate at strategic and operational levels. There was a lack of central forum for managing national security operations and intelligence gathering activities, leading to a disjointed approach in providing information for informed decision-making at the executive level. The Security Sector Reform Technical Working Group's assessment report from August to December 2017 highlighted significant deficiencies within the armed and security services, including the absence of effective oversight bodies and outdated legal frameworks governing the security services. The passing of this bill aims to address these issues by establishing the Office of National Security under the National Security Council and specialized committees within the Council. This framework, designed to improve coordination among national security activities and enhance the efficiency and accountability of the armed and security services in meeting the Gambia's overall security needs. On those terms, Honorable Speaker, I beg to move. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice. Any seconder, honorable members? Honorable Member for Upper Salon.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I rise to second the motion for the creation of a National Security Council. Honorable Speaker, when you look at the Constitution, 1997, Section 78, subsection 1, It clearly outlines the need for us to create a national security. And going by the Constitution, you realize that actually it's just a framework that was created, and there's a need for us to expand on that framework in the Constitution. So I think the creation of this council, which is almost like a secretariat, I think is in the right direction. And because when you go by the objects and reason, one realizes that it seems there is not a specific office or a specific secretariat that would guide the effective functioning of this council. Honorable Speaker, that's a very serious matter. And I think this bill is here to correct the anomalies that we actually have right now. Because there's a framework, but the framework is not actually expanded to create such an office. Honorable Speaker, when you look at the section 78, subsection 1 of the 1997 Constitution, it actually clearly outlines the members. And it includes the President, the Vice President, the Minister responsible for Defense, the Minister responsible for Internal Affairs, the Chief of Defense Staff of the Gambia Armed Forces, the Inspector General of Police, the Director General of National Intelligence Agency, the Intelligence Advisor of the President, and it has 2 other members of the Gambia Armed Forces. Honorable Speaker, this last part is not indicated in the Constitution, and I would like the Minister to help us reconcile that last part, which is the 2 other members of the Gambia Armed Forces appointed by the President. If you look at the Constitution, that last part is not part of the Constitution. So we need to get some clarity why we're adding those 2 members from the armed forces, which the Constitution did not actually talk about. So we need to take a look at it. We need some clarity on that aspect. Honorable Speaker, yes. All right. So, Honorable Speaker, to continue right along, I think the bill actually came right on time, just to ensure that the anomalies the anomaly we have right now is actually corrected, and I stand to support this bill, but need the Minister.
Honorable members, please allow the honorable member to talk. You cannot be sitting at your table, at your desk. Honorable member for Kansala, I'm talking to you. Please. No, please. Honorable, don't shout over the floor of the parliament. Honorable member, can you please proceed?
Actually, it's done. I just needed to show that I support the creation of such an office, because it's going to help a lot in the management of the Security Council. And I was just asking the Minister one aspect of the bill, which is not part of the Constitution, to give me clarity on that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Upper Salu. Honorable members, in accordance with orders 67(1) of the standing orders, I will now open the floor for debate on the general merits and principles of the bill. Honorable members, let's remind ourselves that the time allotted for the debate is 1 hour. I now open the floor for honorable members who may wish to partake in the debate. I call on the honorable member for Busumbala constituency.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. We thank the Attorney General, Minister of Justice, for tabling this important bill before us. Honorable Speaker, National Security Council bill is timely. It's timely in the sense that we all knew that Gambia is undergoing security sector reform. This security sector reform is essentially to enhance and promote security efficiency and effectiveness in this country. By doing that, you must have a central pillar, an authority responsible for the coordination of these security issues within the country. So the bill primarily is geared towards addressing that loophole. As it is stated in the object and reasons, we knew very well that we face numerous problems in terms of coordination and promotion of security issues in this country. Why do we face that? Because we don't have an authority, an established legal authority that will be responsible to coordinate and promote, enhance, and ensure that accountability is put into the aid security output within this country. So in essence, it is in line with our national development plan to effectively coordinate our security activities in this country so that the end users will have the benefits of it. Honorable Speaker, has the nation is evolving from state security to human security, I believe it is essential for this National Security Council bill to be considered so that we will have the benefit of promoting coordination and accountability of security issues in this country. Thank you. Submit.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Busumbala. I now invite the Honorable Member for Bakau.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I have a very limited contribution when it comes to this bill. Having gone through the objects and reasons of the bill, I am made to understand that with the introduction of this bill, it will give us certain security. I'm saying this simply because we are experiencing insecurity in our lives because citizens are being attacked every day. So with the introduction of this bill, I believe there will be some security in our lives and properties. Without taking much of the Parliament's time, I rise just to give the bill a blessing. On that note, I thank the mover of the bill. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Bakau. I now invite the Honorable Member for Tumanna.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much once again for giving me the floor to have my contribution on the said bill. I think we all understand the importance of security, and ever since everybody is complaining about some lapses in our security sector. So therefore, if this bill is here with us, I think this is very, very timely and it is very, very important because it's there to fix those lapses as far as our security system is concerned. I have to thank the government through the Ministry of Justice for coming up with this wonderful bill, which is needed, which is timely as far as our current realities are concerned. Because currently the system is lacking effective oversight bodies to our security sector, and this bill is here to fix that problem. And we are hoping that it is going to settle some of the difficulties in our security sector. The existing framework that is existing needs expansion and adjustment. And I believe this bill also is here to make those expansion and adjustment. Therefore, it's very important for us to give our blessing to this bill for it to be a law of the land. Honorable Speaker, the Security Council is very, very important. And what the bill has shown us, I think those are very, very important members to be there. What I will also do is to add my voice to Honorable Opas Salum for just clarification of that 2 members from the security to be part of the members. just a clarification. Establishment of the Security Council will help us to coordinate and control our security sector. As the saying goes, now the system is moving from state security to human security. And I think this bill is here for that. With that few remarks, Honorable Speaker, I thank you and I want to take my seat. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Tumana. I now invite the Honorable Member for Upper Flood West.
Yes, thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. First of all, I would like to thank the Minister of Justice, who is here representing the government of the Gambia, for bringing this important bill. I think this bill is very, very timely, and then this is what most of the Gambians were yearning for many years. I can remember since the new government came into power, these were some of the promises made by the government that, you know, security sector reform is going to be the order of the day, and then other reforms. So if government of the Gambia is coming up with this bill, I know people were eagerly anticipating for this bill so many years ago. But notwithstanding, Rome was not built in a day, and then Gambia cannot be built in a day. So therefore, we have to thank the government of the Gambia for coming up with this bill, because if you look or read or go through the objects and reasons of this bill, it is clearly stated that this bill seeks to promote the effective and efficient coordination of the security of the Gambia as a critical important factor for security sector reforms. And then we all know security played a vital role in any nation building. If a country is not secured, forget about development. Whatever you develop for decades, you know, can be destroyed in one day. So that is why security is very, very paramount to life. So any country that is not secured, no matter how wealthy that country is, or no matter how strong that country is, it will be very, very difficult for the citizens who are living in that country to live safely in that country. So the government coming up with this bill, I think is very, very timely. And then we know Gambia is known for one thing, especially our men and women in uniform, when they go out for peacekeeping in other parts of Africa or in other parts of the world. We have a disciplined security forces. We can all attest to that. In the sub-region, Gambia is one of the most disciplined security personnel that we have. So coming up with this bill is just going to create that legal framework governing the security services, which is very, very key. So I think we are very, very pleased to have a minister and to have a government who can think out of the box. And then this is what Gambians have been calling for: security reform, security reform. And anything that government is doing, it has to be based on law. So we thank His Excellency President Barrow, and then we thank the Justice Minister for coming up with this bill. And then
thank you very much, Honorable Member for Upper Flood West. I now invite the Honorable Member for Fonyi Jarol.
First and foremost, may I start by thanking the Speaker, and let me also thank the Minister for tabling the bill. Just as we will always say, it's timely, but what matters most is the implementation of what we are saying is timely. National security is a constant to all of us. We do not say national security of a party or a political party. We say national security, which is for everyone. We all agree our country is not secure because our state house is under foreign forces, phone is under foreign forces, when our own securities are here. A lot is happening at the security institutions, where deserving security officers are neglected and then demoted or not even promoted, where those who don't deserve promotions, who are not committed, are promoted and given responsibilities within the security. I expect the national security people who are going to be appointed will be people of competence, not people who are affiliated to political parties. We all will agree. We need cyber security. We need financial security. We need family security. Without security, there is no peace in this country, and without peace, there is no development in this country. But the worst part of it, we have seen it happen here, where high court judgment is just denied, where competent people have been kicked out from the system, where coupists are reinstated. What kind of national security is that? What kind of advice is that? We are still not free. If still our state house is occupied by foreign forces, if still our security men and women in uniform are neglected, not promoted, what is happening within the security institutions is definitely something that is unacceptable. Go to the immigration. People treat it like family business. So the National Security Council bill is timely, and now, as I always say, yes, what matters most, yes? I did not say anything. He's just there to interrupt.
Honorable, somebody, pardon? He said?
I'm raising my tag to be in the list.
Continue, Honorable.
So, like I would say, Honorable Minister, this is timely. I wish people who will be appointed to this position is not based on political affiliation. It's about nation security. Our security definitely reforms, but not reforms of reinstating coupists. Those who did nothing, you sack them out. Promoting people who are not competent in position, you promote them because people are just turning institutions, security institutions, like they are family property or political institutions. Where those who believe that all securities are here to protect everyone. And none of us is going to go against it. So my only advice is the implementation. We have to look after our security. We will.
Thank you, Honorable Member for Fonyi Jarol. Honorable members, let me remind honorable members that we must limit ourselves to the merits and principles of the bill. The merits and the principles of the bill. Please. I now invite the honorable member for Banjul Central.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I will first and foremost like to send our lookout with regards to a certain fire outbreak that happened at the military barracks at Hamza Barracks just 2 days ago, where almost none of their items, household items, made it out due to a very severe fire outbreak, and that our hearts and minds are with them. And this bill has come at a very crucial point as well, because it's also relative to security. We thank the Honorable Minister for tabling this. It's quite timely, and we've time and time again been advocating for the smooth but also expedite process of the security sector reform process. I think these are all areas that are very prudent with regards to realizing a very efficient security council. So this is very apt and timely. I have gone through some of the provisions on the bill. I would just have a question-like sort of with regards to some of the provisions, especially the miscellaneous provisions, as to in terms of confidentiality, for example. There's a section under the miscellaneous provisions whereby a certain amount, that is, I think, 100,000, is put as to someone who has maybe disclosed a confidential, file or document, and that I think that it has to be proportionate based on the severity of the attempted, disclosure of a document or something. I would like the Honourable Minister to maybe shed more light on that. Part of the provisions also, with regards to coordinated joint operations, it's very important as well, because it will help the Security Council in be able to formulate strategies as to how to coordinate units together to be able to fulfill a certain mission or goal. So with regards to that, I've seen the coordinating bodies, but I would like to ask the Honourable Minister, is there any other provision?
A point of order, sir.
Who is rising to a point of order?
Kantora.
Yes, majority.
Honourable Speaker, object and reason. Order 64. So at this time, it's only the object and reason of the bill may be debated. It's not to go into the bill, 8 clauses of punitive clauses, financial commitment here and there. We are just here to debate only the merit and principle, not really going to the nitty-gritty of the bill.
I think you are right. In fact, I try to remind members that at this stage of the debate, it's only on the merit, overall merits and principles of the bill. Honourable Member, please take
Yes, Honourable Speaker, actually I was saying things in generality. I haven't mentioned any specific. The merits. Sorry, Honourable.
Honourable, you can go ahead with 1 extra minute.
Okay. It's not. Yes, Honourable Speaker, just briefly, I've gone through the merits and principles, so I just have a reservation when it comes to the joint operation of things. Have seen certain security-related agencies that have joined forces to be able to comprise of this committee, but I haven't seen any, let's say, for example, if there's a need to incorporate an external force to join the operation for its activities, when the need arises. That's just something that we want the Minister to clarify. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member for Banjul Central. I now invite the Honourable Member for Fonyi Kansala.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I thank the Minister of Justice for laying this bill entitled National Security Bill. National security is the umbilical core of a country. Without security, operations of finance will be zero. Without security, education won't. Without security, healthcare would not be at ease. But I believe forming this council will, one, uphold the main gains of national security in a country. Now, looking at the objects and reasons, where it says there are lack of central forums for managing national security operations and intelligence gathering activities, leading to disjointed approach in providing information for informed decision-making at executive level. Yeah, this is very right. You won't know who is who and who is leading what to the president, either the police, the army, or the intelligence. So when they have a coordinative unit, it will inform that information. It will give an ease and also will give promptness in terms of making decisions for a country. So security is paramount, and in which we've been hearing national security reform and reform agenda. I do tell people, it's not about national security reform. It's about what we think will be able to give us coordination, what we think will be able to give us a resilient security, what we think will be able to give us what do we move as a country, where the length and breadth of the country will be wholly and solely in the mandate of our Gambian people. SSR is important, but most of the cases you realize that most of the terms and terminology of SSR is borrowed. Whoever funding will give what they want, advise you what they want to, and also coordinate and said, we want you to do this. This is what we are having a challenge. But I believe coming up with the national security, we want to see history of saying, this age is said we do this, this formality is saying we do this. It has to be the central making body to make sure they execute 1, intelligence, 2, armed and security, 3, immigrations and surveillance. This is quite okay. With the national security, we believe that some of the data that are within the border will be synchronized. You go to certain borders, you realize that immigration have their own. SIS will also rely on their own. The police will rely on their own. You know, whereby if the national security is in function and take its lead role, you realize that data, information, and promptness to issues that will surround national security will be at ease. Whereby, I believe with this national security it will give us a smooth running environment and the country will stand its feet in for progress. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Fonyi Kansala. I now invite the Honorable Member for Lower Salu.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Can I also join my colleagues to thank the Minister that brought these brilliant ideas. It's a long overdue, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we have seen the past 22 years what has gone through our security operandi. And Honorable Speaker, there are evidence that shows that our entire security men's and women's, they are fair on them because of the brutality of their leadership. This government of the day today came by the member for Upper Salem quoted the sections of the Constitution that is deemed necessary to bring this henceforward. Honorable Speaker, the entire Gambians know what has happened for the former regime.
Point of order, Honorable
Speaker.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, can we hear the point of order?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise on point of order 29.1. Every member shall restrict his or her observation to the subject under discussion. The subject under discussion is National Security Council Bill. It's not about the former government or whatever. So that is it. And the member is deviating and talking about the former government and what they have and what they have not.
Honorable Member, can you continue, please?
Honorable Speaker, I think the SSR is all about the reform of the securities, what has happened in the previous government. This is a baseline that I'm trying to, because the member for Fonyi has mentioned it, Fonyi Jaro, where our security men and women are subject into, that this government are not into that. We have to, thank this government, the present government, Honorable Speaker, because it's a constitutional provision that says it. If it has happened for that regime, we will not start on this. But the due process was not taken. Our entire security men and women were just robbed, doing whatever they want to, without not obeying any rules or procedures in the security councils. Honorable Minister, before going further, because the time is limited for 3 minutes, if I've gone through the bill, which I'm not here to put all those clauses, but the way and manner of the council is going to be funded through a levies that you have listed. But with these levies, I have not seen fines of courts, for instance, drugs and other things. If you are paying fine, where those levies will go. And again, there are fees that are collected from the ports. Security fees are not part of the bills. And again, the importance of these armed forces, arms, these local arms, I have not seen there. And this should be part of these levies that will be collected by the councils. Thank you very much, Honorable.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Lower Salum. I now invite the Honorable Member for Fonyi Bintang.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Most carefully upon the hour. Honorable Speaker, the National Security Council bill have actually come at the right time. But what is this here to actually address? Is there to form the council. How will that council benefit that police officer in Jahalipacha or in Sendu? How will this council benefit the people of the country? How will the security specifically benefit from this? Or is this specifically to create job opportunities for few individuals? We still question, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, how will this National Security Council bill eradicate foreign security officers in our land? Honorable Speaker, we still question, and we are in the land of wondering as we continue to wonder as to what our fate will be. Honorable Speaker, the National Security Council bill is of essence. But how will this benefit our security officers? Because we all know that the security officers are not well paid. But how will this address that? The security officers goes for 2 or 3 to 4 years without uniforms. Government buying uniforms for them. How will this address that? Honorable Minister, I still continue to question, and I wish you take note of the questions. Honorable Speaker, the country as it stands today, we have seen that security officers are not respected wherever we go. How will this bring back their dignity and their respect? How will this bill do that? We still question, because that is our role to do. Honorable Speaker, when will the killing of our security officers stop? Will this address that? That is exactly what we want to know. How will this address that? On that note, I thank you so very much.
57. Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Fonyi Bintang Karanai. I now invite the Honorable Member for Banjul South.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My intervention is going to be very short. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the objects and reasons, it says the passing of this bill aims to address issues that were identified by the by the mechanism, formal prior meetings that they had just after 2017, which highlighted the significant efficiencies. And it states that it is looking at the Gambia's overall security needs. My concern here, Mr. Speaker, we still have in our constitution the NIA, National Intelligence Agency, and not the SIS. And as we speak now, it has been changed, I would say illegally, because NIA is a constitutional requirement. I would advise them to look into that matter and make sure that it is changed, amended in the constitution before, because when I looked into this, it continuously said the NIA. And according to what we have now, we have the SIS. So when we say the Gambia's overall security needs and the NIA or the SIS as it is now is not in the constitution but the NIA, how do we factor that? And also, it says the overall security needs. The overall means everybody, every security sector, including the security of His Excellency, the President. Are we going to include, because we are saying that we want a good security service, and at this moment we are in now, His Excellency is being secured by foreign security personnel. And Mr. Speaker, are we going to ensure that we have Gambians securing our own president? Otherwise, we are saying that whatever security amendments we do, we are not recognizing, we do not have confidence in our own security. I think that needs to be looked into. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Banjul South. I now invite the Honorable Member for Sami.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the Honorable Minister for coming up with this bill that is National Security Council Bill 2024. Honorable Speaker, when we look at the objects and reasons in the bill, we are told that this national security has organs, that is the armed forces, National Intelligence Agency, police forces, and so on. Honorable Speaker, and in the bill, you look at the object and reason, it is stated there that it will seek to promote effective and efficient coordination of the security of the Gambia. Honorable Speaker, when we look at our armed forces and our security sectors, they are faced with so many challenges that affect them to do their oversight properly. So my question to Honorable Minister is that, is it that if this bill is passed, it is going to take care the mobility and the general welfare of the security sectors? Will this going to improve that? Honorable Speaker, and when we look at the bill also, especially we look at the Immigration Department, you know, when a bill is passed, you have to look at what is the general public, what benefit are they going to get from that? Honorable Speaker, when we look at the Immigration Department, if you want a passport, you have to travel all the way from rural areas and come here. Is this going to address such issues for the general public? Thank you very much for giving me the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Sami. I now invite the Honorable Member for Kantora and Majority Leader.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Allow me to also join my colleagues to thank the Attorney General and Minister for Justice for ably tabling this bill. Honorable Speaker, we have to commend the government for the fact that they understood the cry of Gambians. They have understood how security forces has been toiled in the past regime. I agree, of course, as alluded by Member for Fonyi-Binta-Karanai, that they're not respected. This bill comes to address just that, to make sure dignity is restored, to make sure integrity is restored, to make sure professionalism is restored. Unless we forget, this government is embarking on a series of reform, and they deserve a commendation, whereby we are transforming the security forces into professional security forces, gathering intelligence. Remember, there is no country, there is no state or no government that did not operate in tacit, in secrecy. So if you want to govern your state, your ability to ensure that you gather enough evidence, enough information to be able to make sure that you make an informed decision. Even this parliament, without a well-coordinated system in place to gather adequate information to make informed decision, will not flourish as a parliament. And this bill is here to address such mechanism, put it in place, mindful of that the government of the Gambia has a social contract with the Gambian people, sanctioned by consent provision, section 178, 1 and 2, sanctioned by section 186, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, that they are responsible in terms of not only the internal security of the state, but even external. That is why we have the police responsible for internal affairs and the armed forces on the boundaries. So basically, it's in fulfillment of a constitutional mandate given by our very people, the electorate, to His Excellency, the President. Honorable Speaker, the security forces being named as foreign, I don't think is right. If we are of faith with the ECOWAS protocol, I should be free in any country in West Africa as if I'm in the Gambia. So it's really sad, members of parliament making remarks on economic contingent forces as foreign. Who is foreign? It's very sad. If you understand ECOWAS protocols, you'll be same to raise your voice calling economic contingent as foreign. It's time that we see them as community citizens. They belong to this community, and they're here for good reason, to help stabilize this country. If efforts are not being appreciated, this will be downplayed.
people should stop playing with the gallery. And that's what has for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Kantora and Majority Leader. I now invite the Honorable Member for Janjambure.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for bringing this very important instrument before us. And also, I strongly want to believe that the issue of security in this country is a concern for every other citizen. And as such, I believe we will really bless this bill before us. However, looking at the objectives and reasons for this bill is more of, if I should read the last paragraph, passing of this bill aims to address the issues by establishing Office of National Security under National Security Council and specialized committees within the Council. Yes, this should be important, and also I believe that with the issue of security reforms will be something that would not really be compromised. And when we say security reform, we don't only expect for it to be limited to a small circle of people, let's say the senior or the top brass of our security. We also want it to reflect on our junior officers, more especially our officers that are in our rural communities. Their welfare really needs to be considered. Also, looking at this bill, most of the security apparatus have been captured, but I have not seen few. That is the Gambia Prison Service and as well as the Gambia Fire Service. I think they also play a very crucial role. Also, I want to believe that this bill will help to sort coordination amongst the security entities, like not having one overlapping another. Also, I believe this bill will help to sort having people who owe an allegiance to the country, because I heard someone saying that we shouldn't refer to ECOWAS as foreigners. But also, I want to believe that our security should be entrusted to people who really owe an allegiance to the state, but then not otherwise. Looking at the appointments, I also want to propose that we have provisions that will cater for every other person. For example, what I saw was like having the National Security Advisor to be appointed by the President in consultation with the Council. Instead of the Council, can't we have in consultation with the Public Service
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Janjambure. I now invite the Honorable Member for Kombo East.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Honorable Speaker, I must commend the Minister for Justice for tabling this bill. Honorable Speaker, I would agree with the the objects and reasons of this bill, as it stated, to put it to the House that and members that the purpose for this bill, one major advantage of this bill is to coordinate the security activities of this country. We all know we are budgetary constrained, and with this Security Council, there would be some method of coordination to be able to strategize our limited resources to make sure it serves its purpose in terms of security. It will also help the Council to control and monitor, to regulate and then coordinate the security wings of this country, to be coordinated in a way that our resources would be sufficient enough to be able to stand for our own security purpose. And again, we've all seen that in our security services, there are duplicate of services during their operations. And having this council would help coordinate them so that it will be a unified system of response in terms of security threats, both internally and externally, to better shape us to be a country, as it has just stated here on the objects and reasons on paragraph 3, saying that the security sector reform technical working group assessment reports from August to December 2017 highlighted significant deficiencies within the armed and security services, including the absence of effective oversight bodies and outdated legal frameworks governing the Security Council. Reading this paragraph will also show you the importance of this Security Council. So I commend the ministries responsible, that is Defense, Interior, and that of Justice, for tabling this bill before us. And I must commend you, and I think members will consider this bill. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Combo East. I now invite the Honorable Member for Central Badibu.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this bill is long overdue. We all know that Gambia is on a transition. We started a journey which calls for a vibrant security sector. And I believe a lot of energy and funds were used to embark on a security sector reform. So this legislation establishing a security council should come at the onset so that we have a framework to guide the entire process. Because what is stated in the object and the reasons is very clear. And this is what a country needs. And Gambia is a country that we know our security matters a lot, not to us alone, but even the sub-region. So therefore, Parliament will not waste time to support this bill, but Parliament should waste time to look into the details of the bill, clause by clause, to make sure we enrich it, so that our poor securities in the country can also live up to expectation. Their livelihood needs to be looked at. The way they function, how do they function effectively? If you make a visit to the security sectors in this country, their post, definitely you will know that what the bill aims should be something that we need to work on it quickly. It should not also be a mere bill which contain a lot of good things. At the end of the day, nothing is done at the grassroots. So, and Gambia also, our security sector needs to be owned by us. We will emphasize that and we will echo it. We need, our security needs to be Gambianized as we Gambianize the judiciary. We cannot expect the foreign troop to be staying in Gambia for far too long. For what? We are not saying that they are not part of us. We are not saying that. Nobody is saying that they are not part of us. The argument is we have to lead. We have to own our own security. It should be borne in mind that ECOWAS came at a time when there was a political impasse. Are we in a political impasse? No. There is no political impasse in this country. They came at the right time, and we believe that when our reform is done effectively, we need to say bye-bye to them. There are countries that need them than us. But that's not our debate today. The debate is...
Honorable Speaker, point of order.
I'm not allowing you to observe me.
Point of order, not observation.
Okay.
A point of order.
Jimara.
Jimara.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I am rising on order 67. On a motion being moved that a bill be read the second time, the general merits and principle of the bill may be debated. Honorable Speaker, the right honorable here is talking about things that are out of the bill. So you want to put your order.
Honorable members, I think the general merits, I think the majority leader said it here. You don't go into the various clauses and sections for this time. The overall general view of the bill is what should be debated. Please, Honorable, can you continue?
Thank you very much. So, in short, our security sector.
But, no, you said but? Okay, I give you 1 minute.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, in conclusion, security sector reform will not be a reform without this bill. So, as I said, we will give our blessing to it, but we have to enrich the bill. We have to look at every nook and cranny to make sure that it lives for its purpose. Thank you.
16. Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Central Badibu. I now invite the Honorable Member for Woodley East.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the bill aims to provide advice to the President. And I think that's why they also put the President as part of the Council also. Honorable Speaker, we have international security issues. We also have diplomatic issues, commitments, and requirements. And therefore, the objective of the bill, I believe, is to coordinate this foreign policy with our internal security issues. Yes, it is an advisory body, but they will also be engaged in helping the President to come up with plans and policies that are affecting national security. Honorable Speaker, when we talk of security, every time we talk of security, my mind always goes to the rural areas. Let me inform you that these last 2 months or 3 months, all the shops in my own village have been robbed. All the business persons who are operating one small business or the other have been robbed. Why? Because of lack of intelligence. There is hardly any intelligence in the provinces. And that's why I like the bill, because it has one component, which is this Regional Intelligence Committee. This Regional Intelligence Committee, Honorable Speaker, is consisting of intelligence committee sectors from all the other security sectors. And therefore, I believe if they are in every region, it will go a long way in helping us to control the lack of security in that place. Honorable Speaker, we know that Section 180 of the Constitution also gives us the power to create a council for the police, which we have been fighting for a long time. But now that the police are part of this, I just want to know, and the majority leader is, disrupting the minister. I want to know whether police council, the lack of police council, or the need for police council is still there. The fact that we have this, or do we still need to have a police council? That is something that I want to know, because I was clamoring for a police council, which is in the Constitution, 180, and we have still not established. But now we have this, a council which comprises all the security issues, including the President himself in the council. I believe maybe there may not be any.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Woolly East. I thank all honorable members who took part in the debate. Honorable members, may I now invite the Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice to respond to issues raised and wind up the debate in 5 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I thank the House. I think generally, almost all, if not all the contributions are in support of the bill. I'll just make few clarifications where I think members were asking for clarification. On the two members, Honorable Member for Upper Salem, the two members are provided for in the Constitution. You probably did not read close to see it. If you look at 78(1)(d), if you read it closely, you will see that the two members are provided for in the Constitution. So the bill is not going outside of the Constitution. Jarrell talked about the appointment of the members. Most of the members of the council are ex officio. They are stated already in the bill. These are heads of services. So it's not, except maybe when we talk about the secretariat, the office itself, but members of the council are ex officio. I heard you mention a term which I would not encourage members to use, foreign occupation. Gambia is not under occupation. And I think we need to look at those words carefully when we use them, especially as legislators. Gambia is not under occupation, so we cannot use those words as legislators, as occupation. They are not an occupying force, please. And I think these clarifications were made several times in the past. The Banjul Central talked about whether the fine is adequate for breach of confidentiality. We will leave that until when we get to the clauses. At consideration stage, we will look at that. Councillor, I didn't have anything against your name, thank you. Lower Salom, yes, made mention of the issue of funding and said whether the fines from the courts, and he gave examples of the drug cases. The drug fines, we can look at this when we get to consideration stage. I will give detailed explanation, but the fines from the drug convictions, part of it goes to the drug squad as maintenance of that agency, and then part of it goes to the consolidated fund. But we can discuss that in detail when we get there. Bintang, will this benefit, how would this bill benefit the ordinary security? This is not a welfare bill, please. I think we need to clarify that. This is a bill that contributes to the establishment of the required framework for our security architecture. So it's not necessarily to look into the welfare of servicemen and women. Banjul South, yes, we still have NIA, National Intelligence Agency, in the Constitution, and that is why the bill maintains that name. But I can assure you that the National Intelligence Agency bill is on its way coming. And when it comes, the necessary adjustments will be done appropriately. I would give the same answer I give to Bintang, to Same. The questions are almost similar. Janjam Bure, prisons and Gambia Immigration Departments are not part of the National Security Council as per the Constitution. Combo is talked about. Yeah, that is a positive contribution, duplication of effort. If any, this bill will help to preserve that, avoid duplication of efforts, because this will improve on coordination very, very well, and minimize duplication of effort, but also maximize the proper utilization of the meager resources. With better coordination, we all know we can save resources and put them into better use. Woolley, which was the last contribution, for those that I think asked something that required my response. Yes, there could still be a need for police council. Work have started in this direction. The police bill is also being finalized. As part of the security sector reform, almost all the security institutions, their legislations are being reviewed. The SIS, their bill is being finalized. The police bill is being finalized. Thank you. Honorable Speaker, I'm almost on the last point.
You know, I gave you 5 minutes, that's why.
I beg for 2 minutes.
1 minute, Honorable Minister.
All right, thank you. I just also Willie is that all the services, most of them, if not all, their bills are being reviewed and they are coming. The Police Council is meant for the governance of police institutions, so we might need that. This other one is to govern overall and coordinate the operations of all the services. But each service will still have its own governance arrangement, and that's why we need the Police Council, and this is still on the table. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice, for ably responding to concerns raised by honorable members and winding up the debate. Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the bill entitled National Security Council Bill 2024 be read a second time. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Clerk, can you read the subtitle of the bill?
National Security Council Bill 2024.
Honorable members, in accordance with Order 68.1 of the Standing Orders, the bill is hereby committed and referred to the Assembly Business Committee for committal to either a committee or committees of the whole Assembly. Let me thank all honorable members, and let me also thank the Right Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice for ably tabling your bill, and honorable members who have contributed. Clerk, may we now proceed?
Bills. Order 66. Second reading of the Vetting Bill 2023 by the Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, you will recall that the first reading of the Vetting Bill 2023 was done on Monday, 24th of June 2024, and today is appointed for the second reading in accordance with Standing Orders 662. Therefore, pursuant to Order 67 of the Standing Orders, I now invite the Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice to move a motion for the second reading of the bill entitled Vetting Bill 2023. Honorable Attorney General, please.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to move that Vetting Bill 2023, the bill entitled the Vetting Bill 2023, be read the second time. Honorable Speaker, this bill seeks to implement security vetting in the Gambia as an important part of the government's reform of the security sector, which will play a critical role in restoring trust and integrity across the security sector. Further, this bill has taken cognizance of the fact that the process of applying security vetting to the individuals acting within the security sector and elsewhere within and for the government requiring access to sensitive information supports the government's aim to build institutions of high integrity that are accountable and transparent to the people of the Gambia. In addition to the above, the bill also seeks to unify the approach to security vetting in the Gambia with establishment of an independent government body in the form of an agency to administer, perform, and control the process of security vetting in the Gambia and issuance and depository of security clearances. It also seeks to increase both external and internal trust in the individuals granted access to sensitive government information and mitigate risk associated with such access. On that foregoing, Honorable Speaker, I beg to move. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice. Honorable members, any seconder? Honorable Member for Opanyomi.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. Honorable Speaker, I first of all rise to second the motion, and also to thank the Honorable Minister for Justice, the Attorney General, for bringing this important bill before the members.
I think it's important that people have confidence on their security. It's important that people have the trust on their security. And this cannot be achieved if people of high integrity are not vetted to be part of our security forces. So on that note, Honorable Speaker, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Upper Nyumi. Honorable members, in accordance with Orders 67.1 of the Standing Orders, I will now open the floor for debate on the general merits and principles of the bill. As usual, we have only 1 hour for the debate. I now call upon the Honorable Member for Busumbala to take the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. We thank the Honorable Minister of Justice for tabling this bill before us. Honorable Speaker, it is undoubtedly that the vetting bill is necessary in this country. I've been seeing various appointments that has been done. With the coming of this vetting bill will undoubtedly made provision for proper and potential capable individual to hold our offices, particularly the security sectors. Honorable Speaker, my only fear in this vetting bill is the potential of discrimination that may be possible, that may be a possible factor of those capable and have the capacity to hold offices, but because of the various steps that has been indicated in the provisions of this bill is, I believe, is too rigid. Like the fact that a potential holder, post holder, who has already been in existence of that position may be subject to vetting again. And I may say some of these potential, or some of these post holders may perceive to be opposition sympathizers. And that can be used. The office, if not clearly stated their mandate, can be used to witch hunt those post holders. Otherwise, it is an important bill, but my fear is the discrimination may be a potential issue that may surface in their operation. Also, if you look at the objective of this bill, you will also realize that sensitive information, personal information, may be at the may be available, may be furnished to the vetting authorities, and some of these vetting authorities may also use.
Yes, 30 seconds.
Some of these sensitive personal information may escape from the vetting authorities to third parties. All those need to be a safeguard for the smooth operation of this vetting bill. But otherwise, I would have said the vetting bill to be referred to the committee for a proper scrutiny so that the provisions that may term to be discriminatory may be expunged or looked into for possible changes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Busumbala. I now invite the Honorable Member for Brikama North and a Minority Leader.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, it could be recalled when we had, I don't know whether a day or two so, sensitization training with the ministry regarding the bills before the ministry, this bill was one of them. And it was advised at that time that for it not to come at that time, perhaps there were reservations and fear surrounding the bill. I cannot recall exactly what and what, whether that was the case. I don't know whether those fears actually had been addressed. The notion then appeared to be open when we say vetting. But now in the object of reason, it is explicit that the bill seeks to implement security vetting in the Gambia. That means the vetting is limited to security. And my question is whether before this bill there was no form of vetting when it comes to dealing with the security sector. And if that was the case, this bill is coming to address that. That could be very funny. And yes, it can be a remedial measure as well. Honorable Speaker, it went further to portray that the process will apply to individuals acting within the security sector. Then that means individuals outside the sector are not included. That's good. However, on the issue of unacceptable security risks, that has to be attached to loyalty to the Gambia and then the constitutional orders and values. Sometimes the determinants of this loyalty is where one can raise an eyebrow, whether there will be no cause for witch hunting. How do we try to conclude or determine that loyalty, in a sense, attached to unacceptable security risks? I want the minister to elaborate on that. Otherwise, I will say, if security is to be vetted, that will give us proper men and women in our security. And indeed,
what was he saying? Incomplete sentence. Can you complete your sentence?
Thank you. Men and women will be in our security uniform, and we anticipate to receive proper service to the nation. On that note, I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member for Brikama North and Minority Leader. I now invite the Honorable Member for Kiang West. 38.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. Honorable Minister, today the energy is not too strong, but however, the last paragraph of the objects and reasons of the bill is what I want to look at. It reads, it also seeks to increase both external and internal trust, both external and internal trust in the individuals granted access to sensitive government information and mitigate risks associated with such access. How are you going to determine that trust? Is it by, individuals' ability, to hold information or the individual affiliation with certain group, does that put that information at risk? You know, that person definitely seems very vague, and that must be clear. Because as definitely been stressed by both the two speakers that came before me, there could be people affiliated, you know, who are opposition sympathizers. And for democracy to prevail, and I am foreseeing that they might be denied access to certain information, who might definitely be perceived to be opposition sympathizers. Because I know pretty much that most of them do not show this, you know, on platform, and most of them, there are no tangible evidence to definitely penalize them for those actions. But those are just perceived information, and you penalize them. And of course, we've seen government, you know, appointments in the security sector, even security officers. We discuss now. And even they themselves sometimes, you know, challenge those things in terms of evidence of qualification, evidence of, you know, experience and all that. And we have seen, you know, potential and critical government, you know, security positions given to them. So I think all those things must be looked at, and not just to perceive that somebody is a government, is an opposition sympathizer, or is affiliated with some group without a very tangible evidence, and the person is being penalized. And we look forward to avoiding those issues. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Kiang West. I now invite the Honorable Member for Upper Flooding West.
Yes, thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. First of all, I would like to thank the Minister for bringing this important bill. We are still on the reform process because the first bill that we talk about is all part of security reform. And also talking about this vetting bill is an important component as far as security reform is concerned. Because if you look at the objects and reasons of the bill, whereby it states that an agency will be set up in order to do the vetting process, I think this is very, very timely. And then we are living in a country that is very, very small. Sometimes, actually, what is happening in government, if you go outside, what is translated outside is different. Just like as Honorable Member for Kiang West have highlighted, whereby there are people outside who may have, you know, this mind that this particular person in position is not fit for that particular position. So I think coming up with this vetting bill will allay all those fears, whereby people will hold positions and they are not fit for that position. And then also this vetting bill will create that avenue. You know, whosoever is to be given a particular position, the person has to be a credible person, has to be competent, has to be reliable, has to be someone who loves the country, and then, you know, all these things are very, very important as far as this vetting process is concerned. But I just want to ask the Honorable Minister one thing. That is it that this vetting bill, when it is passed, is it purely for only security officers? That's my concern. And the other concern that I want to ask, whether when this vetting bill is passed, will it be subjected to retroactive? Because as highlighted by one of the members who said that there are people in position, if this bill comes into law, for example, is it that there will be that retroactive clause to the bill whereby even those in position will still be subjected to vetting? So these are the two questions that I want the Honorable Minister for Justice to shed more light on it. But apart from that, I think this is part of the reform process. When the Barrow administration came to power, these were some of the promises that they made to Gambians, that there will be security reform, and this is very, very important. Whosoever is to pole position as far as security is concerned has to be someone who is reliable, competent, and then loves the country.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Upper Floodwood West. I now invite the Honorable Member for Kansala, Fonyi Kansala.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, vetting bill. Vetting in term means to put something in order. I believe if it is put into consideration, a lot of loopholes within security, fraternities, and other institutions in government will be history. But looking at the appointment basis, you could see that agencies are always firm in governance, but implementation and also showing that readiness is one of the biggest challenges. Honorable Speaker, I want to refer the Minister to the objects and reasons, the second paragraph. I want to be very clear in what it means. It says further, this bill has taken cognizance of the fact that the process of applying security vetting to individuals acting within the security sector and elsewhere within and for government requiring access to sensitive information support the government's aim to build institutions of high integrity and are accountable and transparent to the people. I want to be guided. One, how would they scrutinize transparency in security sector? Second, also, in vetting, would it also capture? Because looking at the bill generally, and also object and reasons, there is no caveat that is streamlined to say, security level this and this. Is it going to be an entire security apparatus from the head down to the last cadre? I want to be guided. And again also, this vetting, if it is government side, would it include from the head of state down to the last cadre? We also want to be guided. So as for us to have an informed decision of this vetting bill is all about what? If it is so, I think it will give us that leverage right for people to be guided. And again, we have a lot of people who are instated in the army or in security sectors that are alleged. And they've also voiced out and said, we will participate in mutiny if this chance persists. What would this bill address those people? I think you could refer back to the TRRC, it's mentioned. I want to be guided. If such people, what would this vetting bill address? So as for us to know if we'll also perform that role. I believe, in all honesty, we could reach a level where we see transparency and issues of governance. Governance is not a child play game. Government is about the will of the people and again stand to improve their living condition. So in vetting, I want to be guided. Who do we vet? Which level? And who are they? And from who do this bill address?
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Fonyi Kansala. I now invite the Honorable Member for Tumana.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I think I have to put it straight that we all must agree that this government is a responsible government. This government is a responsible government, and definitely speaking, this bill is one of the signs and signals that this government is responsible. For that being the case, Honorable Speaker, I will thank the government of the Gambia and through the Ministry of Justice for coming up with this wonderful bill. Yes, bills have been coming here, but I'm terming this one as one of the best bills because security is very paramount. Security is very, very important. We need to be secured, and our security needs to be given to people who are patriotic citizens, who are loyal to the country, who are loyal to the state. Therefore, for our security personnel to go through vetting, I think it is very, very important and prudent. And also, one thing also, the agencies that is going to be set up
is going to be comprised of Gambians. And we need to trust each other. We need to trust our people. It's not the president that is going to sit at that agency. It's not the ministry that is going to sit at that agency. It's our Gambians who are going to sit at that agency to make sure right people are put in the right place. Honorable Speaker, I think this bill is very, very important because we've seen, we were just coming from an era of dictatorship whereby we all know how things were going on. And this government came to promise us that reforms will take place. And these are some of the signs that this government is. Honorable Speaker, I'm very, very serious. Alhaji, keep quiet. I'm very, very serious. So there are a lot of discrepancies in our security sector, and particularly wrong people were placed in wrong places. So therefore, this bill is here to do that, and is here to sanitize the system, and we are definitely in for the bill, and we are asking our colleague honorable members to please give their blessing and support this bill. Security vetting in the Gambia is a necessity. And of course, as I put it, this government is a responsible government, and they are here and they are
Honorable members, as I said, please allow members to express themselves. And members also avoid repetition, repeating one thing over and over and over, by our own standing orders. I thank you very much, Honorable Member for Tumanna. I now invite the Honorable Member for Jara West.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. Honorable Speaker, let me begin by thanking the Honorable Minister for tabling this bill. This is a very important bill by reading the objects and reasons of the bill. If you may allow me, it says this bill seeks to implement security vetting in the Gambia as an important part of government's reform of the security sector. We were just dealing with security sector reform, and I believe this is very, very important to contribute to the recent bill that we were debating on. Honorable Speaker, security is very important for a country. If you are a security-minded somebody, what should be in your mind is to protect the territory, the integrity, the welfare of your citizens. And I believe by going far down part of the objects and reasons, it also seeks to increase both external and internal trust in the individuals granted access to sensitive government information. When you have information from the government, you should be that should be the responsibility of yourself to maintain those secrets or information of that government that you are serving. And Honorable Speaker, the bill says a member of the agency must have the academic professional qualifications in security vetting, and he or she must be with integrity. So I believe this agency will do the needful to vet security officers and give us the right security-minded people to serve this country. The bill also said members of the agency will not be subjected to any direction from any authority. They will decide from their open-minded within themselves. They will not receive any direction from somebody that will dictate them what you will do. They will decide for themselves. There will be no pressure. Then I believe this is an agency that we should all support to establish as long as we are on security sector reform. Honorable Speaker, on that note, I submit. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Jara West. I now invite the Honorable Member for Banjul South.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, when I saw the vetting bill, I think it's a very good initiative, but I think the approach, I would say, is very wrong. When we say vetting, we are National Assembly members. It is best practice for all appointments to be vetted and approved by the National Assembly. And if it says under the objects and reasons that it is to support the government's aim to build institutions of high integrity that are accountable and transparent to the people of the Gambia, I think then they should give the Assembly the mandate to vet and approve every appointment, whether it's security or otherwise. I think having this undermines the National Assembly, I would say, and I will say it loud. We have seen what has been happening. The government appointing wrong people, having square pegs in round holes, and we have seen why the country is not moving forward, because we appoint based on political affiliation. So when the government came with this vetting, I think it is welcome with open arms, but let them bring it to the National Assembly. We represent the country from Banjul to Koina to Fonyi, everywhere. So I think appointment should be approved by this National Assembly. I would never vote for a vetting committee outside of the National Assembly. The initiative should come from the executive to the National Assembly for approval. I think I would support that. It is a good initiative, but it should be given to the National Assembly to vet, as it is done in every other country that aims to be transparent and to be accountable to the people. Like I said, we are representatives of the whole of the Gambia, and I think it should be given to the National Assembly rather than the government again. Somebody mentioned that it is just to create employment, and I agree. It is just to create employment for probably government supporters, I would say. So I will not support this at all, however it comes, until it is given to the National Assembly. And also, it says to restore trust and integrity across the security sector. What trust? What integrity? If the own government does not trust their security, to give the head of state to be guarded by our own security. So what trust is being built? I would question that integrity, because they don't trust them. If they had trusted them, they would have trusted, because for me to sleep,
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Banjul South. I now invite the Honorable Member for Lower Salon.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My General, you are hanging surrounded. Honorable Speaker, the member for Banjul South said it must come to Parliament for Parliament approval. I think there's no law in this particular document that we are looking into, because it is very silent. The law is very silent, whereby the vetting of this security comes to Parliament for approvals. Honorable Speaker, the issue of this thing, Honorable Speaker, we have to move from a place. We need to upgrade ourselves, Honorable Speaker. You see, trust and integrity is number one key in a human's life. Honorable Speaker, if they say that foreign security are guarding us, Honorable, you cannot allow our own men. We have seen it. In the first regime, we were told, I cannot say anything about the first regime, we were told it's the general duties that normally took, that state house, they took part to make a good security on that area. But when the second regime comes in, we have different security apparatus. We have police, NIA, drone squad. Each of these sectors, you have different heads. Them themselves don't trust each other. If I come as a state man, I have to vet the wrongs, whereby to take further on this country. We need stability in our country. Honorable Speaker, integrity is the key of success. If we don't have surplus in our men, they are enough good, and we believe on their dealings. But this vetting also is important, where this government come with it, and we must upload them on this issue. But coming to Parliament, my dear, this one is very silent. Come with me, we approve it.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Lower Salum. I now invite the Honorable Member for Nyamina Dankunku.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Let me also thank my colleague to congratulate the Justice Minister for coming up with the Vetting Bill 2023. Honorable Speaker, my intervention will be very short. I just need a clarification from the Minister. We are dealing with a law to establish a vetting agency that deals with security. And we have various security apparatus in this country. You have the Army, you have the NIA, you have the police, you have the customs, and other security installation unit. But maybe it is an oversight, but going throughout the bill, I cannot see its composition. I cannot see the composition of this thing in the bill. Maybe I couldn't see, actually I couldn't see it. This is why I said let me just get up, because I have been going through it throughout. But since we are dealing with security, vetting, and it deals with security, I think we should be well informed how the composition of this board going to be in the bill. If not, I even looked at it and in a different perspective. Because in the event the Army need an intake, I think they do conduct an interview. And that interview, to me, is a process of vetting. So I will not actually duplicating, making a lot of duplication in our system. Understanding the situation of our economy, we are creating a lot of institutions that need to be funded. Meaning the more institutions we create, the more burden we are putting on our budget. At the end, you have the institution being established, but funding is going to be a problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Nyamina Dankunku. Honorable members, let me now invite the Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice to respond to issues raised and the wind of the debate. Honorable Attorney General. You can go ahead.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I'm happy, Busumbala, you spoke first, and thank you for the support of the bill. And the minority leader, you both touch on possibility of witch hunting. And I would want to emphasize that that is the very reason this bill has been put in place. I give a context. As part of the security sector reform, some of you would hear calls in the public domain that some people are not supposed to be serving in some of the services as of now. Now, the reason why government delayed removing some people from some of the services is because we do not have any objective criteria to guide that process. So if you have to say somebody should be removed from the services for either holding a position that he or she is not competent to hold, or for having related to some of the crimes that probably somebody have committed, maybe not even the crimes, but competence, qualifications, and probably other issues, this country do not have an objective criteria or an institutionalized process of vetting people. And that will lead me to Honorable Njai for Banjul. The parliamentary approval process is completely different. I'm not seeing the tag, so I don't know which of the Banjul. The South. The parliamentary approval of appointment is completely different from security vetting process. So it's different. So if government is to proceed to streamline the services, currently, if we proceed implementing that policy, it will always be criticized, and we couldn't defend it, because what will be your basis? So this is the reason why government took a policy position to institutionalize the process. And this will be an institution that will be a professional institution only to do security clearance. And they will have the capacity, they will develop the rules and procedures, and they will apply those rules and procedures. For those of you who are wanting me to assure you that it will not be used as a witch hunt, in fact, that's the reason why we are institutionalizing, so that it will not be a witch hunt. Otherwise, today, if you want to retire a general, like we have started seeing, what would be your basis? If you want to deny somebody from being promoted to a particular rank, what would be your basis? So there will be a vetting system in place by this vetting institution. And for those of you who are asking whether it's only limited to the security services, that is the first objective. But if you look at clause 3 of the Act, or the bill as it is now, the application is defined. It will apply to anybody that is to handle sensitive information of the country. And this is not unique to the Gambia. If you have to attain certain level of responsibility in a given country, you have to go through security clearance. So you will be vetted, and it will be determined by that agency whether you are competent to occupy that position. But somebody asked whether this will be applied to head of state. No, these kind of things don't apply to political office holders, like MPs, because it's the public that appointed you people. And if you contest an election and win, which vetting agency will say you will not take your seat in the National Assembly? So it's not applicable to political office holders. But those who are to be appointed, they have to be properly screened and for the various positions that they will have to occupy. But it will depend on the level of position that you are going to occupy for the kind of clearance that you will you will need. So I take that as a general response to the fear of witch hunt and victimization, unless the institution itself allows itself to be used to do witch hunt, but which we don't expect. Because the reason why you institutionalize processes is to make it devoid of those kind of human biases, because they will put in place a system that will guide their operations. So that's gone a long way on answering some of the concerns. But there is, I think, Opafuladu West, whether the bill will have retrospective. No, there is no retrospective clause in it. And there is no need for it. But once the institution is set up, the processes are in place, even those occupying positions will be vetted. That doesn't necessarily mean you will have to give it a retrospective clause, but you will be vetted to see whether you are at the right place. I know the natural question that will follow is, how about if the vetting conclusion finds that you are not competent to hold that office? That's now for the policymakers to advise themselves. But vetting will take place immediately after the institution or the institution is put in place. But to do that, they don't need a retrospective clause. Tumanna, no, it's okay, Yara West. Well, for Nyamina Dankunku, I mean, the creation of a new agency and the impact of that on the budget, my only response to that this is a deliberate government policy. And if government decides that it should be put in place, I think government have factored that in place already. I'm not sure whether I can take follow-up questions, but that's my answer to your question. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice. Let me, on behalf of both sides of the Assembly, thank you for ably tabling your bill and responding to honorable members' questions and the winding of the debate. And let me thank all honorable members who have participated or who, because of time, could not participate. Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the bill entitled Vetting Bill 2023 be read a second time. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. It seems as people are hungry. Clerk, can we read the short title of the bill? But you said... What are you saying?
Said nobody said yes, but I said no.
No, you said, don't say nobody said yes. Yeah, you know here, good. Yeah, you call for a division, that's your right. If you call for a division, we will count. Pardon? Honorable members, let me put the question once again. Those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. It's just one. Pardon? Those against the motion, please raise your hands. Against the motion. No tax? Huh? Those abstaining? That is not for you to determine. Those who are in favor of the motion, you can see it. Clerk, can you read the short title of the bill?
Vetting Bill 2023.
Honorable members, in accordance with Order 68.1 of the Standing Orders, the bill is hereby referred to the Assembly Business Committee for committal to either a committee or committee of the whole Assembly. Once again, I thank Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice and your technical backup and all honorable members. Clerk, may we proceed?
Order 66. Second reading of the National Research and Innovation Fund Bill 2024 by the Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology.
Honorable members, you recall that the first reading of the National Research and Innovation Fund Bill 2024 was done on Monday, 24th of June. Pardon? I'm not hearing.
The one the clerk announced is the research. It's research, not innovation.
Research and innovation is there.
It's a research and innovation bill. Are we the same wavelength? Honorable Woolist, the same wavelength, okay. As I said, the first reading of the National Research and Innovation Fund Bill 2024 was done on Monday, 24th June 2024, and today is scheduled for the second reading in accordance with Standing Order 662. Therefore, pursuant to Order 67 of the Standing Orders, I now invite the Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology to move a motion for the second reading of the bill entitled National Research and Innovation Fund Bill 2024. Honorable Minister.
Honorable Speaker, I here move the National Research and Innovation Bill 2024. Objects and reasons. The Gambia hosts a modest research and innovation system that displays weak linkages among the local actors, universities, public research organizations, enterprises, and civil society. Barriers towards research and innovation, according to stakeholder interaction, reveal that access to funding for research and innovation remains a significant challenge. This is due to the existence of lending practices with high interest rates and unfavorable terms on credit and stiff collateral conditions. It is therefore important to encourage and fund research and innovation activities across priority sectors of the economy for an increased generation of new knowledge, technologies, and innovations that contribute to the country's socio-economic growth and development. This will lead to enhancement of competitiveness in the global economy by fostering research and innovation and by developing and deploying cutting-edge technologies, products, and services. Cognizant of this, the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, MOHAS, has proposed a National Research and Innovation Fund Bill 2024 to help reverse the situation by providing access to finance, research and innovation activities among key actors of the research and innovation ecosystem. Being the first of its kind in the research and innovation ecosystem in the Gambia, the bill seeks to propose a funding model for scientific research, technological development, as well as innovation and entrepreneurship projects in the Gambia. Upon establishment, the fund will help to address the current low output of research and innovation by providing options for funding. As part of the fund's utilization, the bill has identified priority areas for funding research and innovation projects in line with the MOHAS Strategic Plan 2021-2025 and the prevailing National Development Plan. Additionally, the bill provides equal opportunities for all groups, including differently abled women, girls, and youth. Finally, the bill proposes governance and administrative structures for the management and coordination of the fund that will ensure
it is effectively and efficiently managed to improve the country's international competitiveness in science, technology, and innovation. I submit.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology. Honorable members, any seconder? Honorable member for Upper Salon.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And I rise to second the motion of this bill, which is the National Research and Innovation Fund Bill. Honorable Speaker, I think this bill is right on time simply because we cannot make decisions in the 21st century based on opinions only. And I think the funding of such a research is going to help us a lot to have scientific evidence when we make decisions in this country. Honorable Speaker, for a very long time, in fact, by looking at the name of the ministry itself, Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, I think it's about time for us to have a fund that will be able to help them in the research that they want to provide to this population. Honorable Speaker, if you look at the budget in this country, you realize that most of the budget entities, you may see 1 million, 2 million here and there, and at the end of the day, total, you're talking about almost 11 million for research. I think this is grossly inadequate. And the creation of such a fund by the ministry is going to help us a lot to be able to structure how we want to conduct this research, because research actually means money. You need to spend a lot of money. Now, instead of, Honorable Speaker, depending on other institutions that are non-governmental to conduct research, I think now that if we have this fund together, put together, I think we'll be able to fund our own research so that we don't have to base anything based on opinions, based on hearsay, but based on scientific evidence that would actually help us to make informed decisions. Honorable Speaker, just to confirm that I'm fully in support of this bill, and I'm fully in support of the creation of a fund that will be able to help us in research and development in this country, particularly in our education institutions like the University of Gambia, Gambia College, and other institutions of this country. So I support this bill. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, in accordance with Order 67.1 of the Standing Orders, I will now open the floor for debate on the general merits and principles of the bill. General merits and principles of the bill. Any, yes, Honorable Member, Honorable, is it for your names included? Pardon? To take part? Okay. You've got their names? Yeah, okay. Okay. I now invite honorable members, the honorable member for Fonyi Jarol.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. May I also thank my Honorable Minister. I think these are some of the bills that I'll commend this government 100%. And these are the bills that we are looking forward to, because research and innovation is the mother of invention. It's the only thing that can take the country forward and create employment and can change the structure of our country. So this is something for me, it does not even worth going to the third reading. When progressive bills comes, it is about modernization. So it is about improving the lives of people. It is about creating employment. This one should have even stopped at the second reading and we just pass it straight away, because we don't need to waste time. Thank you, the new administration of Barrow, for bringing such bills.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Fonyi Jarol. Honorable Member for Banjul South.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I will also join my colleagues to support this progressive bill, because a nation cannot progress without proper research. And like the Honorable Member for Upper Salum mentioned, we cannot be speculating. We need to base things on facts. But, Honorable Speaker, I want to appeal to the Honorable Minister for Higher Education to also support basic and lower education. Because if we need to have proper researchers, rather than wasting our resources, we need to have good students. And if we do not have good early start, all our research will be futile because we will not know where to start and what to do. Everything is based on your learning from the very early age. Honorable Speaker, I always take myself as an example. I started school when I was only 2 years old. And along the way, I was a late developer. But what I learned at the early age eventually caught up with me. And that is why I excel in everything that I do. So I am appealing, I am appealing to the Honorable Minister to also think of the basic and secondary education. And when the budget comes, we are appealing to this August Assembly to increase the budget for education, because without education, the country will go nowhere. And without proper basic education, this bill will not take us anywhere, because we can have the fund sitting there, but we will not have the people to do proper and good research. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Banjul South. I now invite the Honorable Member for Brikama South.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, I definitely want to thank you for the laudable gesture. And this is a progressive bill. If you look at it, the issue of research is very, very key in any developing country. Coming out with the funding mechanism is very important. But I just want to inquire, I have a simple question, whether actually this will cover all the equipment that the researchers need to use. Because many a time we spend a lot of money in going outside to do those testings there. But if we are going for research, let it be in totality, not only provide the funding to do the research, but the machinery internally here, where we can have all the equipment here so that we can do the research and we can get the result in the soonest possible time. Sometimes it takes a lot of delays. So I want to inquire if you can explain to that. I think that is what I have. Thank you so much for the initiative.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Brikama South. I now invite the Honorable Member for Fonyi Kansala.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And I thank the Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology. Honorable Speaker, sometimes I wonder, in my 2 years in Parliament, going through various departments and ministries and agencies, wherever you go in their budget line, you see research, research, research. I ask myself, what is the essence of higher education, research, science and technology? I believe that this fund will befit its name and function. And going through the objects and reasons, I haven't seen where they will take ownership. We should do away with ministries and agencies holding research budgetary line. I wanted to see a suggestion in it whereby all funds with ministerial agencies, it goes to this research fund. And the research unit will take control of all research and innovation activities. We will see a trajectory move, and we will see a befitting research, and it will also inform those institutions for us not only to be going into having budget lines, and again, they won't show any research base that they have did in those ministries. Instead, those monies will be transferred to other areas in which you will not be able to see. But if this research fund is equipped, given all leverages and functions I put in place, it will be history. Honorable Speaker, members, it is the onus on us, as we do always argue. Security and education is paramount, and this is a research fund bill that is in front of us. We ask ourselves, how much are we fighting to make sure we do the necessary budgeting for higher education, research, science and technology? if we want to prosper as a country. Give engineers, come with probably invented medicines. Research is core. Improving technology, research is core. And I also think that with even military, security research is core. So if we don't equip, it becomes a problem, and I'm enjoining all of us to even not waste much time in this. This is what we are expecting, and the minister will tell you, raise your head up, you are doing the needful. And I believe that you are for the country, and will stood by you to make sure this bill is passed. Therefore, I thank all members, and I do reiterate, let's engage in research and innovation for the future of this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Member for Fonyi Kansala. I now invite the Honorable Member for Talending Kunja.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Let me profoundly thank the Minister and the Ministry for this laudable initiative. Research and innovation is fundamental for any development country, but even developed countries are investing hugely in research and innovation. If we want to develop, these are some of the mechanisms we should put in place that encourages people to do research, to generate new knowledge, as the Minister called it, and also innovate technologies that will advance this country. And oftentimes, we are not sort of men and women who have the potential to do research. We are not sort of men and women who want to innovate, who are gifted to innovate things in our development countries. But oftentimes, the hurdle, the challenges are access to funds. So it's very important that there is this kind of funds that allows individuals who are ready and willing to do research in these priority areas, so that they have access to funds to enable them, help this country to move forward. And the one thing I like about this fund is the opportunities that it avails to other groups, especially the differently abled, the women and girls and youths in particular. Because most of the times, in your prime age, that is when your mind is very fertile. That is when your ingenuity is very high. And sometimes this is the energy we need to tap if we want to promote research and innovation. And I very much like that the fund is going to focus on youths and women, particularly the differently abled. And more importantly, also the management, is very important. Then when these funds are there, it is judicially managed, so that even the funds are there, the access to the funds also does not become another hurdle for people who want to. I just rise up to add my voice to say that this is very commendable, and it is something we cherish, and then we give our blessing to this. We thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Talending Kunja. I now invite the Honorable Member for Brikama North and Minority Leader.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The bill seeks to propose a funding model for scientific research, technological development, as well as innovation and entrepreneurship projects in the Gambia, and that the fund will have to address the current low output of research and innovation by providing options for funding. Honorable Speaker, on the objects of the fund, the object of the fund is to provide finance to supplement research and innovation in post-secondary education, including TVET education and research and development in the Gambia. This initiative is long overdue. In the sense, Honorable Speaker, it should have come since the time when the University of the Gambia was established. Since at the time when the Ministry for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology was also created. We cannot have a university without investing heavily more on research and science and technology to make our university a meaningful university. Honorable Speaker, I have this belief that the bill has come to legislate what was supposed to be done since 2019 when the Ministry of Higher Education and Finance, as well as National Assembly, were invited to an international or regional training in Pretoria, South Africa, regarding budgetary allocation on innovation, science, and technology, that all countries should compel and ensure their national budgets meet the target requirement, a minimum of 1% that should be on innovation and science and technology. And to make that possible, one way is to legislate. I have the belief this bill is coming to attain that desire for us to contribute wisely.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Member for Brikama North and Minority Leader. I now invite the Honorable Member for Fonyi Bintang Karanai.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the ministry is called the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology. I wonder how the ministry was named without the National Research and Innovation. Because research there have a meaning. The meaning of it is incomplete without having a national research innovation. And the research will never be successfully conducted without the fund. And Honorable Speaker, in 2024, as we are in this year, the budget for the Ministry of Higher Education was seriously cut. We followed and we could not know the reason as to why it was seriously cut. And now here we are trying to come up with this bill. Now, how will we fund this thing? Is the Minister of Finance ready to fund this thing? And we must all have in mind and understand the fact that this research also generates funds. If we invest in research, we will generate in research. But if we fail to invest in research, then we cannot generate anything. So that is the challenge. So we must be bold enough to at least budget adequately for the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology. What are they doing in terms of science and technology? Because every word there has a meaning. And the meaning is of importance. And that should depict what the ministry works for. But in the absence of money, this is not possible. So as much as we have this bill here before us, then what we should be thinking is the implementation. And it can never be implemented fully without funds. As we always say, for the Minister of Higher Education and his ministry, for us, if you do well, we say it as it is. As I always say, we are not anti-government. We are not anti-progress. We are not anti-development. But we are anti-corruption. We are anti-injustice. We are anti-laziness and related things. But if anything that comes in the interest of the nation, it is our duty and our primary responsibility to support it. This is why we stand boldly to support this bill and to support the research, as it is going to generate funds for our nation. And fund is what we need, and this cannot go in the absence of us having the fund to create the national research and innovation unit in the country. I thank you all.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Fonyi Bintang Karanai. I now invite the Honorable nominated member, Keba Lang Fufana.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, to start with, I want to commend the Minister for bringing forth a very progressive bill. Honorable Speaker, the bill seeks to efficiently improve the Gambia's international competitiveness in science, technology, and innovation, using research as a baseline. And to start my argument, I want to underscore this famous quote by the Greek philosopher Socrates, who states that the secret of change is not to focus on the past, but to concentrate your entire energy on building the new. Honorable Speaker, when you talk about building the new for Africa and the Gambia in particular, current statistics have shown that the structures and institutions we inherited from our colonial masters are taking us aback. They have not been able to, over time, respond to the social needs with the provision of jobs for our youths. That's why today many youths are what? Going through the back race. They have not been able to bolster our competitiveness. That's why when it comes to investments, many a times we really depend on what? Foreign direct investment rather than working on what? Capital accumulation. So if the government of the day have the foresight and believe in really driven research, technology and development, and innovation rather, the standing it requires, I think what we have to do as a parliament is to give them the support. But equally, a word of caution, because this is the future. And if we have to build the future, there should be no mistakes. That's why, Honorable Minister, in my conclusion, I will conclude by asking you a question. In the first paragraph, you did state that the Gambia hosts a modest research and innovation system that displays weak linkages amongst local actors. My question, therefore, is, how will the bill streamline research across all sectors, ministries, departments, and what? Agencies? Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable nominated member, Keba Long Fofana. I now invite the Honorable member for Sandu.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. This bill is timely. One would say it is long overdue. Because without research, no country can thrive. Without research, no country can boast economic development. Research in itself is life. Research helps society tackle pressing social problems. Without research, it is impossible for a country to tackle its pressing social needs. And it provides step-by-step process that allows to pinpoint and understand problems. Many benefits have been attributed to research, and we've seen this ministry, how well they are doing, but if funds, the necessary funds are given, I think Gambia and Gambians can benefit in the very near future, because this will only boost our economic stability and the backbone of all leading economies is research. Research is the foundation of every development, and by that I urge all parliamentarians to pass this bill when it comes to the passing stage. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Sandu. I now invite the Honorable Member for Woolly East.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we are dealing with a very important sector, which is relating to research and innovation. And this area is a very expensive area. It's not easy to really deal with it without the funds. Honorable Speaker, a country like the Gambia should engage in type of research, as it is mentioned here, research that will help us in our country's socio-economic development. That is appropriate research. I give you a very good example. You go to the provinces now. The issue of electricity. We need electricity for production. We need electricity for agriculture. And we have our river. We need all the machines that is required. But using fossil fuel may not be good for our environment. What type of research can we do to ensure that we get the necessary energy from solar to be able to engage in our farming, to be able to produce as much as we can, both on the land as well as in the industry. I think those type of research will definitely help the country to move forward. Also, Honorable Speaker, I'm thinking that based on the need for funds, my question is whether this bill will help the Gambia to collaborate with other big funding agencies that will be interested in what we want to do here, so that they'll be able to provide the necessary funding and we'll be able to engage in the necessary research so that a win-win situation can happen, so that we'll be able to move forward with them. On that basis, I thank you very much for the time.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Woolly East. Honorable members, may I now invite the Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology to respond to issues raised and wind up the debate. Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I want to use the opportunity to thank the entire House for the support and the encouragement. We'll continue pushing, as stated earlier on by everybody, especially the mover, Honorable Member for Salem, and also supported by Honorable Member for Fonyi Jarol, Banjul South, and also Honorable Member for Talinding, Fonyi Bintang, and nominated member Keba Langfofana, and also Honorable Member for Sandu. All in support, we've taken note of the encouragement. We also thank others, especially from Brikama South, for the support, and also the question asked will be whether this will fund all the needed equipment. So this is something that is vital, very important, because research is expensive, as stated earlier on. So, but we will really encourage to do it in phases so that we can go on progressively based on the resources available. But that's something that we will need so that you have the, because it's not only doing research, but also funding the research infrastructure, which, as you rightly said, is very, very expensive. If you don't have the research infrastructure, you won't be able to operate. And most of the honorable members in this House have gotten the point very clearly. I want to thank you for that foresight. Honorable member for Fonyi Kansala, yes, we will continue engaging colleagues also, and also Ministry of Finance, so that we have a proper synergy in with the funds that are out there in the different ministries doing research, and then the ministry in charge of research is not also getting the funds for research. So there's a mismatch. We need to really address those things. But we count on you, because you will have the final say on the budget, to be able to really help us in that. If not, as you rightly said, this ministry existed for many years now, and we are yet to have this. So it means that there's a component, a key mandate of this ministry that we have not been addressing. So we want to thank also the honorable member for Brikama North regarding the 1% target. It's also something very, very important. So, but we, as I said, for us, it will be good if we can do things in phases so that we gradually progress and moving from zero to something. And then now we will get the pool of experts in this area. And then that will help inform policymakers. Fonyi Bintan also, yes, we've taken note regarding the inadequacy of the support of the entire budget. I've told you last time that the entire budget is 0.8%, and that alone, just the School of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences, that faculty alone can consume the entire budget of the ministry. What about the other schools? What about the other programs? So this is something all developed countries really change. And it is good to look at what is happening in our neighboring countries also. And then we'll see why some of them are also progressing. The Fonyi Wuli is, we've taken note, and that's why, yes, we will really support applied science. And that's the end, by the way, that's the reason why we decided to come up with that University of Applied Science and Engineering, so that will help. But also doing the research component. And there too, even their curriculum, we made some adjustments so that entrepreneurship is embedded. But beyond that, innovation should be also captured. So we really with you, and we will work with other partners. And just for the information, Honorable Speaker, information of the House, whilst waiting for this to take place at national level, to have a well-structured system in place once and for all, we've also engaged the World Bank using Plan B to get funding. That's when we got under the RISE project funding some few dollars to be able to start the Skills, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship Fund, to be able to now support that idea. So we've already convinced the bank, and they are ready to at least do something, and funds to be provided very soon. Now we've also engaged the EU. They are also willing, but they are yet to come on board. Once this is in place, they are going to also see how to fund. To conclude, Honorable Speaker, the funding mechanism is in such a way that it's not going to be government entirely funded activity. The system will allow opportunities to come elsewhere also to really support whatever is done. So but we need to have strong financial support to, as a basis to be able to run it. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, and thank the entire House.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, for ably tabling your bill and responding to concerns raised by honorable members. I thank you with your technical backup. Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the bill entitled National Research and Innovation Bill 2024 be read a second time. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Clerk, can you read the short title?
National Research and Innovation Fund Bill 2024.
Thank you. Honorable members, in accordance with Order 68.1 of the Standing Orders, the bill is hereby referred to the Assembly Business Committee for committal to either a committee or a committee of the whole Assembly. Let me thank you very much, honorable members. Thank you very much, honorable Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology. We are most grateful. Clerk, may we proceed? Sorry, honorable members. I was planning to go ahead until we are able to finish the bills for today, but I understand there is already information that the leadership of the Assembly, the various hierarchies of the Assembly, and including various political denominations, are scheduled to meet some of the petitioners. If you remember, some time ago I received a petition on behalf of the Assembly. They are scheduled to meet today. So my advice, I'm advised that we can have a 1 hour break, and during this period there will be this meeting. It's already gone 1400 hours, 2 o'clock. So we will suspend sittings until 1500 hours when we shall come back on schedule. So the House is now suspended until 1500 hours.